Ayade applauds indigenous firms for venturing into alternative source of energy to boost industrialization. University of Calabar raises alarm of security threats, solicits support from security agencies. Plus, Federal Character Commission moves to improve working environment, inaugurates Cross River State office. Details shortly. A very good evening to you and welcome to News at 7. I am Cecilia Julius. Governor Ben Ayade is commending indigenous firms for venturing into alternative energy source, which he says will help solve the power challenge with the over 30 industries established in Cross River State. The governor stated this during a meeting with Nigerian firm and other partners in Calabar. Paul Abel reports.
2 years ago, this alternative petroleum and power firm was given 30 hectares of land by the Cross River State government at Ojukwani near Calabar to set up its project. Now, the company is back, having considered Cross River State as an industrial-friendly state, to commence the oil and gas power plant and gas to liquid of its project.
The choice of Cross River State brings you the industrial peace and harmony, the rest of mind that can enable you to conduct your business. The people of Cross River State are very peaceful people by nature. For you to take gas and chill it to a certain temperature and have low sulfur content and have your diesel ready to use, it's for us, it's a gold mine. Indeed, I think it's the greatest technology, it's the best thing that can happen to this state. Because if you have this plant running, all our industries will have power.
We're bringing the best of its kind power plant to Cross River State to capture carbon, not just to generate power and allow the carbon to be wasted or pollute the environment, because we came in from Sustainable Development Goals. So we follow all the due processes of SDGs.
The first aspect of the project is expected to be completed by March 2023, as the project intends to create jobs for many youths. In Calabar, Paul Abel, Nta News.
Vice President Yemi Osibajo says given the quantum of investments and other challenges involved, only strong partnerships and collaboration among African countries can guarantee the mobilization of resources required for a just energy transition. The Vice President also insisted that the case of the African continent, particularly with respect to just energy transition, is cogent and irrefutable. He made these submissions in a message to the unveiling of the 4D Digital Green Industrial Corridor and launch of the African Union Transition Fuels Oversight and Regulatory Management Accelerator, codenamed Transformer, which is an initiative to fast-track digital green industrial corridor between the African continental free trade member states. To achieve the objective of balanced development, especially in ministries, departments, and agencies, the Federal Character Commission says it is committed to ensuring that infrastructure and employment gaps are closed, such that no part of the country feels neglected, deprived, or marginalized. Executive Chairman, Federal Character Commission, Dr. Muhiba Dankaka, said this at the inauguration of the Cross River State office in Calabar. Udwak Ethem reports.
The Federal Character Commission is saddled with the responsibility of providing guidelines for government agencies and other service providers, as well as monitoring compliance by governments at all levels in the provision of socio-economic amenities, especially to deprived areas. Strengthening the workforce for productivity and effective service delivery requires a conducive working environment, hence the inauguration of the Cross River State office of the Commission.
But with this one now, we're happy we have our own, and the level 1 to level 6, which is the catchment area, they can work better with the MGAs.
As the Commission is guided to seek equity in location, determines the utility of projects and programs in federal, state and local government levels, stakeholders say implementation of the second mandate is apt.
The second mandate has to do with infrastructural, social amenities, and that is, we want everybody so that the aggrieved state, they will know that they are also, we carry them along, That is, in every state, there must be equity, fairness, and justice.
Once the projects are valuable and the people around can utilize the project, that is the core, intention.
Is proper sensitization of the citizenry. And we want to sensitize them, we want to educate them, we want to tell them what they should be able to do in order to move this second mandate forward.
The second mandate of the Federal Character Commission is designed to promote national development. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
Now to security. As part of efforts to stimulate good behavior and encourage studious habits, the Naval War College has donated educational materials to pupils of African Methodist Episcopal Zion School. Justina Etam reports that the donation is part of activities lined up for the upcoming graduation ceremony of participants of Naval Warfare Course 6, scheduled to hold on November 18, 2022.
Outside its primary duty of safeguarding the nation's territorial waters, the Nigerian Navy believes that enhancing civil-military relationship will improve its job, and this donation by the Naval War College Nigeria is part of it. Presenting the writing materials on behalf of the college, the Zonal Coordinator, Naval Officers' Wives Association, Habib Adewu, says the gesture will go a long way to promote learning culture in pupils. Head teacher of the school says the gesture will complement parents' efforts in ensuring that their children get the best education.
A lot of children who are vulnerable, whose parents cannot even afford this very exercise, say one, not to talk of 2 or 3. And the joy you are putting them is already creating readiness to learn.
To assist me to read well, and it make me to be more intelligent.
High point was a presentation from the pupils in appreciation of the donation. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
The Nigerian Navy has pledged to establish a full naval base in Benue State soon. This was disclosed at the State Executive Council meeting when an award of Friend of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo, was presented to Governor Samuel Otom in Makurdi. Charles Abba reports that the governor, who appreciated the proposal, approved a land to the Navy for the takeoff of the project.
Commissioner for Lands, Survey and Solid Minerals, Bernard Unenge, who delivered the award of Friend of the Nigerian Navy to the governor on behalf of the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo, explained that the Navy is desirous of establishing a full naval base in the state in appreciation of the governor's support to the force and to strengthen its security capacity.
He intended to bring a school here that with what you have done to them, they are going to bring a full base of the Navy to the state.
Benue State Governor Samuel Otom assured his continuous synergy with security agencies for their effective operations.
On the request for a substituted land, you are the Commissioner of Lands and Solid Minerals, and I hereby direct you to immediately provide a land for the Nigerian Navy to carry out their assignment for the betterment of Benue and Nigerians.
The Nigerian Navy has been on ground in Benue State for years now. In Makurdi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
Still on security, management of the University of Calabar says it is aware of planned terrorist attack on staff and students of the institution by militants and calls for adequate surveillance of all areas of university, especially areas leading to the waterways. The report is here presented from our studio.
The planned terror attacks on staff and students of the university, in a statement signed by the registrar, Gabriel Egbe, is to heighten cult activities and kidnapping within and around the university. The management, however, assured that plans have been made with security agencies to boost intelligence and fighting power of the institution internal security in the task of protecting the lives of all residents and those doing legitimate businesses on campus. Students are therefore advised to go about their legitimate activities without fear of intimidation from any quarters, Members of the university community are also advised to promptly report any unusual movements within and around the campus to the acting chief security officer via the telephone number 0807 879 4663.
You are watching news reaching you live from the studio of Nta Calabar. A break now. The news continues shortly. Welcome back. It's good to know you are still with us. There is no going back on the federal government's policy decision to redesign and launch new Naira notes for Nigeria. President Muhammadu Buhari gave this assurance while speaking to news in London. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that the president also speaks on the chances of the governing APC winning the 2023 general elections. An interagency committee set up on the recovery of debts owed to the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria has submitted its report to the federal government and urged government to ensure strict implementation of relevant laws, including the AMCON Act, that ensures that the callicritant debtors cannot benefit from government contractors and projects except with due diligence clearance from AMCON. Vice President Yemi Osibajo noted that government will review the reports and act accordingly, observing that the issue of AMCON debtors doing further business with government agencies is a due diligence matter and there will have to be compliance with the requirements of the law. In preparation for a successful 2023 trial census, the National Population Commission has launched its online recruitment platform for ad hoc staff. Our correspondent completes the report.
Since the commencement of activities preparatory for the 2023 National Population and Housing Census in the state, the Commission has left no one in doubt of its determination in conducting an accurate, reliable, and acceptable exercise. Apart from the recent presentation of the compendium of localities to ensure transparency in the process, the Commission, as part of its strategies to deliver a digital-based census, has introduced the online recruitment platform for all its adult staff.
Will, in addition to the existing team at the state level, constitute a local government area recruitment team.
The inauguration of the electronic recruitment portal, according to the Federal Commissioner in the state, Mrs. Patricia Kopchi, is an improved e-portal from that of the 2022 trial census. Mrs. Kopchi called on applicants to register on the Commission's website and that qualified personnel with requisite computer skills will be recruited from communities where they are resident.
The Commission will, through the online recruitment process, request for applicants from the following categories of field staff that will be needed to prosecute the next census. A. Facilitators, training center administrators, monitoring and evaluation officers, data quality managers, data quality assistants, supervisors, and enumerators.
According to the Commission, all applications are expected to be submitted on or before 28 December, which is a day for closure of the portal. In Makudi, Elias, ETF, NTA News.
Communities in Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission in Niger State are advocating improved intervention in the areas of security, healthcare, education, and road infrastructure to guarantee quality life for its teeming population. These were some of the issues raised at the presentation of a 5-year medium-term strategic plan by the Commission to enable it to deliver on its mandate effectively. Fatima Aliyu reports.
The 5-year strategic plan, which covers all sectors of the economy, is to enable IPADEC to define its vision and objectives as well as establish the sequence of its achievements. The event also availed the representatives of the communities under the Commission an avenue to make valid inputs and assessment of the Commission.
As a government, we will continue to support all federal government agencies and commissions in the discharge of their responsibilities.
The local government administration doors are always open for intervention agencies like IPADEC.
We have been doing well, there's no doubt about that. But we want a more aggressive and massive intervention in all these areas of your concern.
Chairman of IPADEC Governing Council, Joseph Itiaf, and its Managing Director, Abubakar Sadiq Elua, both reiterated the Commission's commitment to improve on the lives of host communities and ensure transparency and accountability.
The Governing Council has approved for us to go and look at the tertiary hospital owned by the state and look at what is the major diagnostic equipment it lacks. Most of them are X-ray equipment, ultrasound equipment, and echo scan equipment, so that we give our support to the hospitals in that direction.
IPADEC has continued to provide succor to the communities through empowerment of its senior youths, medical outreaches, distribution of relief materials, and rehabilitation of water networks, among other interventions. In Mina, Fatima Aliyu, NTA News.
INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner, Ogun State, Niyi Ijalaye, says some suspected hoodlums have set the Commission's facility at Iyo Mortuary, Abeokuta, Thursday morning. This report is presented from our studio.
The commissioner, who said the police are investigating the incidents to arrest the perpetrators and bring them to book, alleged that the hoodlums were said to have jumped the perimeter fence into the building and set the facility ablaze from the back in the wee hours of Thursday, November 10, 2022. He disclosed that generating sets, office equipment including non-sensitive materials, among others, worth millions of naira were destroyed in the inferno. Ogun State Police Public Relations Officer Abimbola Oyeyemi says the State Police Command has commenced investigation into the matter.
And with that wraps up our bulletin for tonight. But before we go, a recap of major stories. Governor Ben Ayade has applauded indigenous firms for venturing into alternative source of energy to boost industrialization. University of Calabar has raised alarm of security threats and solicited support from security agencies. It was also in the news that the Federal Character Commission has inaugurated Cross River State office to improve working environments. That's all for 7 p.m. I am Cecilia Julius. Do have a good night.